Recording in progress.
Okay, I call to order the November 3rd, 2025 meeting of the Yarmouth Board of Health. Just one point to make about the meeting is it's a hybrid meeting, so people could call in, watch it on Zoom, and participate that way. For attendance, Charlie, are you here? Go for it. Say yes, here, something?
Here.
Great, there's one. Larry?
Here.
Hillard? Mary? I think Mary's calling in. Is she on mute? Mary? Eric, do this and see if Mary's looking at us. Okay. Eric, you're still
I'm here.
You're still here.
Here.
Well, we certainly have a quorum. It would be nice if we could help Mary here a little bit.
Mary raised her hand. Mary says she's here. She's raised her hand.
Okay, we can feel it now. Great, okay. Next up is the public comment. As usual, if there's anyone in the public, anyone at home or wherever you're watching it, or here in the crowd we have in front of us tonight.
I don't see any hands raised.
I don't. Okay, let's move on to number 4, and it's saying smoke detector awareness and education, Yarmouth Fire Department. This is what I have listed here as the 4th item on the agenda.
Hopefully we have Lieutenant Matt Bierce as one of the panelists. He might be out on a call. I don't know.
So he's coming via remote?
I thought he was coming in,
He's coming
but he
in.
might be at a call.
So why don't we, okay, for sure, those calls can come up in the fire department. Okay, so why don't we just move ahead then? We can always go back. So item number 6 is 24 Grove Street. This is a variance request for a septic system. Barry, just want to introduce us to the case?
Yeah, this is for 24 Grove Street in West Yarmouth. This is Dave. He's a RS from Ecotech Response. Dave's been a RS installer for many years. We went out to do a perk test at this particular lot, and it's a very tight lot, and which is not unusual, but one of the more unusual things is there's already an accessory dwelling unit on it, on the property. So to get that all up to code, talking to Dave, he put a proposal together. Normally, if there was like one variance or two, I would be happy to do it over the counter, but we have 4 variances going on. I'm gonna have Dave kind of go over what each variance is for, and we'll be good to go from there.
Okay, well, Dave Kogenauer from Ecotech.
Welcome.
This is kind of in this neighborhood, there are lots of these older properties that are on small lots, and back then just a cesspool worked, and this garage in back goes back to, I think, 1961. And originally it was just the blue concrete, and then at some point it got added onto, and it's been in the family for a long time, so there was never any need for review. But now that the cesspools are starting to fail, the owners have realized that they need to come to grips with the situation here, and they hired me to design a system. So after balancing out what systems we could get in and still, not interfere with the water or the gas, this is what I came up with, and these are the variances I need to squeeze it in.
Dave, there's literally no other place on this property to.
No, I discussed perhaps putting the septic tank where the cesspools currently are in that section of the yard, but the there's a fence along the eastern line. I talked to a backhoe installer, and he said trying to get anything between the bulkhead and that dwelling was going to be extremely difficult.
Okay.
And also the piping, then you would have the piping kind of like, it's already I've already simplified it as best I can, but putting something back there would have been a very confusing, awkward spaghetti of piping, so.
How do they plan on it, since it's so tight back there, how do they plan on abandoning the existing pits? Are they just gonna fill them in by hand, or can they get a small excavator in there to?
I'm imagining that like with they can probably get like a bobcat through there.
Okay.
And then a machine can probably make a pile and then the bobcat move it around.
Thank you.
David, is there water to that existing one-bedroom dwelling?
There is, and I know where it comes out of the two-bedroom dwelling, but since there's not any basement I can get into in the back one, it's a mystery how it goes. But it does go between those two. Like if you look at the bulkhead on the main dwelling, it's to the right of that and probably goes into the corner somewhere there. And also this configuration avoids that, it avoids conflicting with that water line.
Say that again, sir?
Since if we're not going to put the tank in the backyard where the cesspools are, that eliminates the conflict of that rear water line with any sewer lines going to a septic tank or leaching.
Right.
I see you also got back 8 certification receipts.
Yeah.
Were there? So, and no, I haven't had any calls from anybody. Riley, have you had any calls? So, no,
I had one call and I explained that it was for septic variances and that's all
So that existing one-bedroom dwelling, that'll connect to that system as well?
correct. It's, again, I'm not sure how they're gonna get the piping over there, but, because I imagine they might have to remove the floor, then dig under each of the joists, and then run a pipe that way. The whole structure is in need of renovation anyway.
and I see you are putting in a 2-compartment tank since it is
Correct.
2 different buildings. 1,500 gallon, was that 1,000 and 500?
Yep.
Perfect, thank
It's
you.
on the back here, I think, yep.
So just the audience and the people watching, if you are thinking about putting in an ADU, one of the things that you,
Excuse me, just
Yes,
tell people what that means.
accessory dwelling unit, a second living on your property. It's doable now through Massachusetts new laws. However, in Zone 2s in Yarmouth, we're not allowing additional bedrooms. But if you do decide you can lose a bedroom, but on a regular system, you're going to have to upgrade your septic system to 2 tanks in series or a 2-compartment septic tank. So that's one of the questions that I get asked a lot, almost every day when people come in. So I know it has nothing to do with this, but I just wanted to bring it up for the audience. So,
Is that a strict regulation?
yeah.
I have a question. There, in the legend, I see existing leach pit cesspool.
Right.
And I can see that on the map, but then there's a secondary cesspool with a question mark in it.
Right, down in that part of the lot, there's a suspicious depression, maybe like 8-10 inches. And since there's no records on what went in when, I suspect that it could be, and I just indicated that so that the cesspool doesn't inadvertently get left unfilled. It might be nothing too, but it's something I want them to check out.
Some kind of burial.
Maybe it's stumps or something.
This is the most colorful septic plan I've seen in my time here on the board.
I would compliment them
Yes.
for this. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to read them.
It does,
Seriously.
Yeah.
And I like the size. It doesn't,
That's why I went with the color, so it would be understandable even for people who aren't, in the trade to know what's going on.
So Barry, Barry, that ADU that's there now, is that a permitted dwelling?
it's known through the town, but they're not renting it. It's family, so it's, but yeah, so it'll be illegal with the proper septic and everything. It'll be up to code for us. So. And for what we can do on this tiny postage stamp of a lot, I think Dave came up with a great solution, so.
Yeah, I agree. The only alternative would be a closed tank, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is, I wouldn't support that. I mean, it's certainly going to improve the cesspool.
Mary, do you have something?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. You said that is a Yarmouth regulation about the 2 tanks.
No, that's a state regulation. That's a Mass Title V regulation. The Yarmouth regulation is no additional bedrooms in a zone 2.
Secondly, how many homes along that street are still cesspooled?
That, I would have to,
I only know that the next door neighbors to the west, they had a upgraded system because I wanted to check their soil conditions that they found there, but
it's a very small road. I think there might be
10?
10 houses.
most.
At most, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but it's right on the water.
No, it's set back. There's a street that goes by the water, and this is on the far side of
It's
that.
probably 300 yards from the water,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
at least.
Right, I didn't mean literally on the water, but very close. And the last question, there's 8 abutters that answered, but not all of them. And what is the policy regarding that?
Did you get all 8 back?
No, but oftentimes I don't get all 8 back. But I do have the white invoice, the white slips showing.
Did you
that
get
it
the
did.
actual butters from the, what numbers would that been?
Yeah, so I think they go in order
22 and
pretty well. There-
26?
Yeah, there is a 22, and I didn't go any
Like
further.
26.
And there may be, obviously, a house behind it. So they're really, I think there are only
I've
3
got
abutters, I think.
These are all the people I notified.
They had a whole list, though. They had a whole list, a whole page of abutters.
Well, the town gave me all abutters within 100 feet, but for this particular request, we only need direct abutters, which are
Looks
the
like
8.
4 then, yeah. So what happens if those 4 haven't responded, Barry? We can check to see.
It's also possible that I'll get them in the next day or
A
two.
lot of those are
Yeah.
seasonal, and they might be gone.
And I'll get some of them back undeliverable,
Yeah.
but I think they have to make 3 tries.
Yeah, the majority on the list have addresses off Cape. Yeah, by far. So the issue is those 4 lots, as I see it. So, I mean, at some point, you need to make a motion, regardless of how we're going to about it, but it certainly should include that we do receive, I guess, something from the neighbors.
I would think neighbors would be happy that it was being sewered and that there was not going to be a malfunctioning cesspool there.
Yeah.
But
For sure. Okay, so this, I see 27 Grove. What else do we have that we've received back?
Let's see.
From your, Dave, from your
Yeah.
map you have right here, what's that? What are those addresses? To the right?
Sorry.
That one, so what are the numbers on that one?
131 is immediately to the north. 129 is immediately to the south. Let's see. 131 is Coleman. Here's Coleman. 129 is Siafi. I don't have that.
That's Paul. Works here in our IT department. He came down today, talked to me, and he said he has no issues with it, so.
Okay. And then what are the other two in question?
Yeah.
Well, you're looking for a total of 4. I am. I mean, if someone's across the street, I mean, is it required that they're notified?
No,
or not?
that's not a direct abutter.
Yeah, I don't think so. So it's just those 4 homes.
So 127-1 Gaylord right here, and 126 Flores I don't have.
So you have 3 of the 4.
Well, 2 of the 4 plus the 1,
What's a verbal?
right? So there's only the 1 remaining, and that could still come in.
So how do we handle that?
And he sent them out in a timely fashion that we got them back, so.
well, you just said it. You have to make 3 attempts.
Well, the postal service makes 3 attempts
Okay.
to get a signature.
Do they let you know that they've made the 3 attempts? How do you know?
Well, then, if they've made it unsuccessfully, I'll get the whole letter back, and it'll have a stamp on there, undeliverable, or they have a checklist for one of the reasons, made 3 attempts, nobody picked it up, but it will get sent back to me. However, sometimes I do get my neighbor's mail, and I understand that sometimes my neighbors probably get my mail. And that there is also a possibility that one of these simply won't come back to me.
And they don't go directly from West Yarmouth to your address. They go all the way to Providence, Rhode Island, and back here. It's a,
Right. So,
It could take 2 months.
yeah.
I mean, I had a incident not too long ago, and it took 2 months for the card to get back to me.
well, in other towns, they accept the white slips as proof, but I know all towns are different, so.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're here for.
Do we have to have all the neighbors' permission for you to do septic?
No, they just have to be able to respond and say if it somehow impacts them. But the thing is, everyone in this neighborhood is in the same boat, and they'll eventually be coming up in front of you too, if they haven't already.
What's that?
Gotta have all the neighbors to respond so he can upgrade his septic system?
No, they don't have to approve, just be given the opportunity to speak.
And you've already done that, correct?
Correct. Well, with these white slips, I've sent out the notification.
The white ones are the official that they've actually been sent out by the U.S. Post Office.
I mean,
Stamped with the post office seal and the date it went out, and I've got the receipt from the post office here too.
Well, everything goes on hold because one hasn't gotten back to you?
No, we didn't say that.
We haven't decided that yet,
Are
Charlie.
you kidding me?
I mean, one of the concerns, I mean, what would happen if you start investing you, the owner, thousands of dollars in working on the property and someone comes forward, I was notified.
Well,
I live
the
next door.
thing
What
is-
happens then? What happens?
What would be their complaint? I mean, what would be an issue that that would affect our decision?
We probably wouldn't change our decision.
Right.
Right. This is better for the groundwater here than what they have there.
Sure.
I don't know what else. Could that person delay it for months, whatever, goes to court, whatever? I'm just trying to prevent anything from getting in the way. That's all, to protect the owner and I guess protect the board. The system seems well-designed and we don't have a lot of options for this
Right.
property, that's for sure. So,
I think as Barry said, it would be an improvement on what's there.
100%.
Yeah.
anybody else, any questions, comments? If not, let's get them up.
I just have one more question. In the notes, it says protect water supply line using approved sleeving technique. Can you just explain what that means?
Well, like one way might be to cut the water line in two places or in one place and then put on a pressure pipe so that any leaking effluent does not it's protected in case there's a hole in that water line.
So this is the water line that currently supplies the cesspool.
Right, from the
Drinking
front.
water. That W line is the drinking water to the home.
Right.
Yeah, I understand that, but in the notes, is it referring to the service line of water to the house or?
That blue line that's indicated cutting across the driveway would be
Okay.
where it would be sleeved.
And you also see the dotted blue line that curves around it. That's a 40 millimeter poly liner. That's a double insurance.
Yep.
To keep it from going into the house and stuff.
Okay.
Anybody, anything else? If not, why don't we move along on this?
I move that we approve the 4 variances requested at 24 Grove Street.
Second,
Any further discussion? Anyone? Let's see, there's none. We already, okay, so let's vote. All in favor of granting the variances in this motion, just raise your hand, say aye.
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 Okay, passes.
Thank you, Dave.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
good luck with the work.
Thank you.
yeah,
I'll see you Wednesday.
yeah, at the meeting.
Thanks for that great diagram. That's
Oh, no worries.
well illustrated. Yeah.
Yeah, the garbage grinder, I think, was the nicest part of it, that you did, with the line through it, the red line
Can't
through it.
claim you didn't see it.
Yeah, that's correct.
Thank you and have a
Take
good
care.
evening.
You too.
Okay, any word out there from fire department? Not yet. Nothing, okay. Okay, we're up to number 7, the plastic product waiver review. So in your packet, we saw the request form. Is that what we're directing our?
Yes,
to
Hillary.
tonight?
So we had a couple, last meeting, we had a couple of small changes that Mary wanted. We went ahead and put those changes in there. I don't know if anybody else has any changes that they would like to bring up right now. Be more than happy to look at it, so.
Anyone? Reviewing it, Mary, anything?
no. The only question I had is well, I do have something. On the second page, the back page, the last block, it says, do you have plans to phase out this product in the future? But you've given them the option of listing 4 products that they're requesting a waiver for on the form.
So what that's saying, it's at the top of that block, it says, please list other steps your business is taking to reduce plastic uses. They'll list their steps, and then do you have plans to phase out this product in the future? So as of, say, they're asking for a waiver now, but they know in 6 months that there's going to be a new product coming out that they're going to be accessible to. So that's kind of our thinking on that.
And that, but you've given them the opportunity to ask for 4 different waivers, 4 product waivers. So which waiver are they answering when it says, do you have plans to phase out this product in the future? Which one? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Go ahead.
I can expand, I don't know if
You
this,
see what I'm saying?
yeah, I understand what you're saying. I can expand that column on the second page and add a part where they can designate which item they're talking about. Just make it
Okay.
a little bit bigger of a space.
That makes more sense. I'm hoping we don't get too many that they use up all 4, but if they do, then they're going to have to designate which ones they're planning to. And it should be all of them, I would expect, I would hope.
Yep.
Thank you.
One point I had was just on the title of it, it's saying up on top, front page there, plastic product waiver request form. And the question I have is, should it say waiver/variance or not? In that really, the paragraph below says you must apply for a Board of Health variance. So, if someone is looking for a variance or a waiver, they need to fill out the same form, is that correct?
We have a different form for a variance? Yeah, so she has a different form for a variance.
Okay.
Is it the same, but it just has a different title?
It's on the town website under the health department. We have the Board of Health hearing checklist and a variance application on there. And that's it's a general application for any variance, but there's different sections where you can check, like whether it's septic or other, which would be plastic, and then you can explain what you're looking for a variance for. So we would have them fill that out.
Okay.
Okay, so where it says, just once again, in that first paragraph on top, it says, if you're seeking relief for plastic products classified under Resin Identification Code 3467, you must apply for a Board of Health variance. So does that mean someone's going to have to fill this form out for a waiver as well as a variance? Well, certainly Mary more than anyone else who's been involved with all this, someone who's starting from scratch, we just have to make sure they understand all this. So,
It does explain the different numbers and whether they are eligible for a waiver or not a waiver. So the ones that aren't eligible for a waiver
Okay.
are the ones people may ask about a variance, except for polypropylene. Polystyrene, which isn't.
okay.
No.
Okay.
But hopefully they can figure that out.
Okay.
Maybe you could just add for a Board of Health variance using a different form. How about that? Or using the variance form online,
Yeah,
variant online.
yeah, the latter sounds better. That's a good idea, Mary.
That'd be simple to add there. It should fit without adding a line.
Mary, just a question on the back page there, above signature, it says duration of waiver requested. What did you have in mind for seasonal? What would be the scenario there?
Summer, right? Wouldn't you say that? May 31st to Labor Day? Right, Barry? Is that what you'd consider?
That's what I would consider, yeah.
So it would be the up and coming season.
The summer season, the up and coming summer season.
So do we want to put in up and coming and before seasonal, up and coming season?
or summer seasonal?
Summer season, no, all, this summer season.
The upcoming summer season, yes.
Okay, that's a little, yeah, that's
Yeah.
better, thanks. Anyone else, anything? This looks great to me. Eric, anything? Charlie? All right.
So we'll redo that, put it on next month's agenda. We do have a video that was put together by the town about the plastic reduction. Yes, about the plastic reduction ban. We'll play it for you guys real quick. It's just a few minutes long.
But you said it wasn't very good.
Yeah, I did. I'll get your opinion afterwards. That's why I'm showing it right now.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, Mary, but that's
Mary
why
hasn't.
we're showing it. Let's see what's
Have you
up
seen it,
on-
Mary?
No, I can't see it.
No, have you seen it yet?
No, there's no way to see it. Oh, I didn't realize it was on the website already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either. Okay. Riley, thanks for getting this together quickly. I know we just asked for it.
Yeah, I might need Liam to assist.
Liam, come on out.
Do I have to do it?
Might want to start over, Liam.
Make sure the sound.
Love them, hate them, or
Plastics have been a part of the
Thank you, Liam. Yep, play it.
Wait, 1 second.
love
Not play it.
of their existence. Plastics have been a part of the day-to-day human experience for over 50 years in some capacity. It's one reason that a 7-day-a-week operation like the transfer station here in Yarmouth will see people pulling through this area on any one of those 7 days to unload their plastic recyclables. Since the advent of dual stream recycling, where multiple types of recyclable materials are combined in one container, the industry has seen a greatly increased market share of participants. And that's a net positive. It means that much more recyclable material is staying out of the landfills.
The containers, when they're full, average a weight of about 8 tons. The containers of recycling is typically plastic, glass, and tin. So those are combined together in a commingled container. They go up to our commercial transfer station, they get picked up there, and they get hauled to the recycler, which is called E.L. Harvey.
In spite of the increased efforts by the recycling community, a 2018 national study by the EPA shows that plastics still make up over 12% of all municipal solid waste. Some of the plastics that comprise that percentage are non-recyclable and come from the deli and bakery sections of supermarkets, as well as to-go containers and cutlery from restaurants. Many opponents to these plastics see it not only as an environmental issue, but a health issue as well.
When you are eating with plastic, you are eating plastic. And the chemicals in plastic too. The chemicals leach from the plastic into your food and you're ingesting it, and that's scary.
There was enough momentum to curb the amount of plastic used in Yarmouth that in April of 2023, a plastic reduction bylaw was passed, which targeted single-use food containers and utensils, as well as single-use plastic water bottles. Support for that measure came from Liz Argo, who can often be found walking the shores of Fallons Pond with her little friend.
I spoke at that meeting because I walk this beach and I pick up plastics.
that's all I said. I said, there's plastics everywhere, we need to do something. And it was, the town said, yes, let's ban plastics.
Restaurant owners in town may not have been as thrilled about the proposed measure.
Initial reaction to the proposal was a little bit of shock. We just weren't sure how we were going to manage our day-to-day operations. But now I believe there's a group of people in the town who are working to make it a little bit more achievable, just a step-by-step process. I do think eventually reducing the amount of plastic that we use just in day-to-day life is a good thing. I just don't know if we're starting in the right place.
While a restaurant like Captain Parker's does a majority of in-house dining, there are those times when customers want their food to go, and the cost of complying comes with an increased price tag.
When it comes to takeout operations, it will be very difficult. A lot of our guests will take food to go, they'll go to the beach and eat it. So they need plastic utensils, napkins, bags, to-go containers, things like that. And a lot of our options do comply. It's a lot of paper and recyclable material, but there are a lot of things that are still plastic. So when we looked into making some changes, it's just very costly for the business.
That additional cost would also apply to all of the other restaurants within striking distance of Captain Parker's and beyond if the bylaw stands and goes into effect on January 1st, 2026. However, on October 10th, 2025, the town of Yarmouth adopted a new regulation that would not only ease the burden on local businesses, but satisfy even the most ardent supporters of the original bylaw. So much so that they want to see that bylaw rescinded, and they'll have their chance to rescind it at the Yarmouth Special Town Meeting at the Dennis Yarmouth Intermediate School on November 17th, 2025.
When I was at the town meeting in the spring where the ban was approved unanimously, I was very, very pleased. And in fact, that was one of the reasons I ran for the select board, because I was so proud of my town. And I was suspicious at the fall special town meeting when the health department and the Chamber of Commerce said we can't do this. But I am here to tell all of my cohorts that this is the way to do this. We'll get there, we'll get plastics out of our world, but we have to go with this process rather than a complete ban. And you're hearing it from somebody who was very skeptical.
I feel like we need less plastics, and I know that's why a lot of people originally wanted this bylaw to pass. We have something in place. We'll still be reducing plastic in Yarmouth if this bylaw is rescinded, the original one. If the original bylaw goes into effect, it's going to make life a lot harder for businesses.
So it gets the message out there. I don't know if it's what I would have done. I mean, what do you think? The board think?
Yeah, I thought it could have been done much better. And especially that very last message, it's going to make things a lot harder for business. It's going to make things a lot harder for everybody.
But
Everybody.
But it's going to be easier than the other option.
No, she said if the bylaw does not get rescinded, it's going to be harder for businesses.
Yes.
And it's going to be harder for everybody.
Yes. Yes.
If it's even possible. So, yeah, I think the emphasis was, it was too much of the landfill in the beginning. You know, that was kind of wasted, I think, footage. It could have been really much shorter. And I think much more on the restaurants and the supermarket. And I kind of cringed when they showed Stop and Shop as a supermarket, you know, when there's Shaw's and Peterson's and other places in Yarmouth that sell foods. I don't know. I wouldn't have, I don't think it was as well done as it could have been.
So what do we hope to accomplish at the town meeting? I'm a little
To
confused.
get the original complete ban revised.
Right.
rescinded. And then that will take in our adoption of our regulation on the plastic reduction regulation that the Board of Health approved, that we all put together, which is a much more cohesive way to do things. Another is extreme and fairly not doable, and a huge effect on the community, consumers, business, everybody. Where the new policy, the new regulation is doable, achievable, and has a continuous, seeable future.
So we're looking to have this original
Bylaw.
bylaw rescinded in place of what we proposed? Is that,
So we can put what we propose in place of that.
so is that going to be all taken care of in one meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
And we already have ours in place.
Yeah.
It just, we need the other bylaw rescinded at town meeting.
So what's the confusion then? Because that's how sort of I interpreted that.
That we're not doing enough, I don't think, but we are.
Not doing enough as far as what?
The people that will say not to rescind it probably haven't been educated enough to know. That's why this video is on social media. All of our stuff is out there on social media. Our social media team is amazing what they're doing right now. They're the best on the Cape, best in Southeast, and they're doing all sorts of stuff to promote this. So
So the purpose of the video is to inform people in the town
Yeah.
about the options.
kind of educate them. It's running continuously on Channel 8. It's on our YouTube channel. It's on our Facebook. It's on our Instagram pages. It's on our website. It's on the health department's website. So
I don't know if it's my place or our place to comment on the video, but I don't think that it offers much in the way of education about the new proposed
that's my feeling also.
proposal. It's complex. There was a lot of time, money, effort, and energy
Yeah,
spent to
I agree.
develop it, and I don't think that video accurately portrays all that went into it and the effect that it will have on actually reducing plastic while being, feasible for business owners and consumers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that. Yeah, a lot of the footage in the beginning was the landfill. It's people know it already. It's just a
Right.
lot of time on it. If you really, and it's probably the whole thing is too long if people are going to pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, we know that the landfill's full of plastic.
Yeah.
But what I didn't know was that there's 7 different types of plastics and what the differences were. And, I didn't think about the impact initially that a total plastic ban would have had. People aren't gonna be able to buy deli meat. Think about any item in the grocery store that's a head of lettuce wrapped in plastic.
And that's what
Forget about it.
should have been highlighted in the video, I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also no mention of the health department, who's going to be responsible for running this. So, it's just my opinion, but I think the health department should get some credit for this and should be part of the video.
I think that group should as well, that the group that presented us gave us that
Yeah,
presentation.
and that's
Should certainly
Mary, myself, Jamie,
credit
Mary.
for that.
Yeah.
Even above.
Not
the
looking for
Board of
credit, I'm
Health,
just
'cause
looking-
They did all the work. We just kind of nodded our head.
Oh, you did more than that, trust me. You guys gave good information, so. But I just wanted, I didn't know if you guys had seen that video yet. I just wanted to make sure you guys had seen it. I had my opinions on it. I just wanted to make sure I got the board's opinions on it too.
It's a done deal?
There's always room for change, I feel.
Will there be somebody at the meeting to give a presentation sort of similar to
Yes,
what?
yes, Jamie and Mary will be there. I'll be there myself to give the very same presentation if needed to, that was given to this board, that was given to the select board and everything already, so,
That'll cover a lot of ground, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's 2
I
weeks.
think some credit should go to the businesses too that really kind of,
We had two wonderful businesses that were on every set and every meeting and the board, so.
I mean, is this video, is it staying up after the vote? I mean, what's the future of it?
I don't know. That's up to IT. I would, after the vote, I don't know if it would come down or not. I'll have to talk to IT, see what their proposals are on it.
Certainly short and educational should be up on there,
Yeah.
I think.
Maybe after the vote, that's in 2 weeks, we can do another one that's even how for the businesses to come into the health department and be able to get the variances and get the waivers from us, so.
Right, yeah, to talk more about our regulation. Because that video it's not going to do much good after the town meeting when, please God, the bylaw is rescinded. Then we need to move on to, well, what do we have, and make sure people understand.
Yep.
Are there any more meetings scheduled for the committee, Mary?
We had the last meeting was canceled, so I don't know. The committee was planning to meet until the end, to try to, keep going with education and community engagement.
I think they're gonna try to have one right before, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it or not, so.
Barry, do we have to do anything else with this?
No,
now?
I just wanted to bring it to your attention, so.
Great, appreciate it.
I got some more new business. I gave you guys,
while you work on that,
oh, yes, sir.
Look, I think we need to do the minutes first.
Oh, yes.
So that's the October 6th, 2025 meetings, the minutes. Anybody? I have one, it's the last paragraph, actually, it starts with my name. So it's on page 2, the last item there, the last paragraph. It just seemed like a very generalized statement, the way it's written here, about speaking with health providers if you have any questions with recent public news. I was attempting to say, or at least, was something very specific about the announcement that was made. And that really is, public,
Regarding vaccinations, right?
yes, so this is taking Tylenol is what I spoke about, I believe. Was that,
Oh, okay.
I assume that's what it was, October 6th. So we had one more meeting, October, what was the next meeting up?
Next meeting was canceled for the 17th, or,
this was the last meeting,
yeah,
October.
this was the last
I
meeting.
think so.
Yeah.
So that's what I mentioned about Tylenol.
Right.
go back.
Tylenol and vaccinations.
Right, so it's really, if people have any questions about the announcement by the Federal Health Department about the use of Tylenol during pregnancy being linked to autism, you should speak with their health provider.
We can go back through the video and we can
I
correct
don't
that.
think that's really the essence of it, just that it was a surprise announcement, before our meeting there, just about linking Tylenol to autism, and certainly,
Well, it's gone beyond that. That Texas has a court case regarding it.
Yeah, yep.
So it's gone even beyond recommendations,
yeah.
gone to court with very limited, as far as I know, scientific basis.
Correct.
None that I could find, or people I've actually spoken with,
contrary to the medical experts.
Yeah. So I'm not sure why the evidence wasn't also presented at the time of the announcement, but, so people should speak with their health providers just so they have questions and just get educated about it. And that's, you know, if someone has a child with autism, and they, you know, the mother had taken Tylenol, then they should, you know, speak with their health provider, find out the facts and what's, you know, I mean, I'm sure very disturbing for people to hear about this. Okay. That was the only edit I had. Riley, it's really just one more sentence out of it. If you want some help, I can give you after the meeting, if you need it. It should be pretty simple. Okay. So, anyone make a motion here about the minutes?
I make a motion that we accept the minutes of the October 6th meeting, except for the sentence you'd like added,
Okay.
or you feel it's necessary to
You want
add.
to add it?
Yeah,
Fine.
it's fine.
Okay. Second, thank you. Anything else on it? Mary, questions, comments? No? All in favor of passing minutes? Yep, that's all. Mary, you're up on it? That's a thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's 5-0, so that's done. Okay, great. Barry, now, new and old. I know there are a few things that.
Yeah, I got a
you
couple things for new and old. You guys have your meeting agenda for the rest of the year in front of you, so that there's just one, the November 17th meeting had been canceled because that's town meeting, and that trumps our meeting, so I'll be at that one.
Okay.
Full force, so that one's good. The next thing, we had recently had the flu clinic at the senior center. We had 51 participants, which was up from last year at 32, which is good. So I was very happy with that. Mary, thank you for coming to get your shot also again this year.
Pleasure.
Quick and easy. It was very organized. It was well flow, no backups, so it was nice. My next thing is November is Diabetes Awareness Month, and here in Town Hall we are doing A1C screenings November 14th from 1:30 to 3:30 here in the Town Hall. We have these QR codes all over the place. You can scan. We've also done simpler ones at like the senior center and stuff like that, because a lot of the participants over the senior center don't use QR codes, so they can have flyers over there. So come get a free A1C screening here at Town Hall.
Which, just so the public is aware of it, that's just a test to see what your average blood glucose level was over the previous couple of months, as opposed to just getting a blood glucose level by itself. It just measures what the glucose was at the time that the specimen was drawn. So it's a much more advanced kind of blood test, and it's great to show an average like that. So
Nice.
great in doing it.
That's that. The county is also, which is a very big one, is having their next session of buried and treasure classes for people who have compulsive acquiring, savings, and hoarding. They're 2 hours per week. It's a 16-week commitment. It's kind of big, but they work with the senior center to get people there. We were going to have somebody from the county come talk to it, but there's a big meeting for the county tonight. But again, this is on our website. This is on the county website. For anybody that has family members or neighbors or yourself, a loved one, has any excessive collecting, hoarding issues, it's a very good program. It's not intense. It just helps them work through their issues and kind of see the bigger picture and how to deal with the clutter and where to go with it. So it's kind of a great program on that one. Next thing I put in front of you guys The, we all know with what's going on with the government shutting down. The, on our website also, there's a list from Cape Cod Community College of sources to get, for food aid, a list of food banks and stuff like that. And also through Barnstable County. Barnstable County launches information resource for SNAP HIP food assistance points for local food pantries. That's on their website. That's on our website. It's kind of a big deal right now. There's a lot of federal agents, federal employees who aren't getting paychecks that are looking forward to the resources. I was talking to the what was known as the Yarmouth Food Pantry, but now called Cape Cod Pantry. She said last time this happened, surprisingly, there was a lot of airport staff, that TSA agents that all of a sudden got cut, that were coming in and signing up. She said last week they did 57 families. She thinks they'll do a lot more this time. She said before, a lot of people were going, they're all eligible for twice a month. A lot of them were only coming the once, but she feels now with everything that's going on that they'll be coming more often. She would like to come talk to us at probably our next meeting or a meeting. They have all their board meetings the same night ours, the first Monday of every month. So maybe one of our odd ones, she'll be able to come in and talk to us just to see how they're doing and just give us updates of what we can do to help with the community. So
Just so the community knows, I have the schedule here. I'll just read it so if anyone who's listening can see they're open several days. They're located at 845 Route 28. That's in South Yarmouth. That's what apparently is the Lighthouse Landing Plaza. So they're open Tuesday from 5:30 to 6:30, Thursday 5:30 to 6:30. Second Friday of the month is 3 to 4. Third Saturday is 10 to 11. Fourth Friday is 10 to 11, and it's seniors only the second and fourth Wednesday from 10 to noon. But they have their own website, right?
Yep.
So people can check that out. Obviously,
if you go onto their website, you will register your family, and you'll get a little pin that when you go in, you just give them that information, and they'll check you in. You can check off what you want in your bag and what you need and what you don't need, so you're not getting stuff that you don't need that's going to waste. So.
yeah, things are tight. I mean, the heating bills are going to start to go up. Certainly, in the grocery stores, food's more expensive. So it's nice to have a pantry this close.
And if we have to cut 30% of all the products in the grocery stores, the prices of the other remainings are going to go up even more. So it all goes hand in hand.
Okay. And I think you have something from Roby.
Yep. So
Hold on.
yes.
Are we moving away from food?
Yeah.
I just wanted to share, at the Cape Cod Tech, we had the founder of the Family Pantry visited, and I give them a lot of credit. They have a number that you can call or text, and they'll bring prepared food right either to your house or to a central location like a Council on Aging place or community center. And they're really interesting approach. They're kind of full circle, so they're collecting food waste. Whole Foods is their largest supplier of food that's about to expire, and they take it and turn it into healthy meals to distribute free to the community. So, and they really, they'll provide food right away, but they also have cooking classes, nutritional classes, and things like that to help kind of sustain and support people in the long term rather than just providing food once. So, really interesting, great thing for the community.
Thanks. Yeah, we're talking about a lot of kids, a lot of veterans, disabled people. I mean, it's just we really depend upon this.
Means local food, state local food, possible. So last week you asked me, Hillard, how many licensed applicators there were in town for herbicides and pesticides. So I knew the golf course has 6 for both courses. I didn't know how much for the town, so I reached out to the town. Parks and Cemetery Division have 2 employees with pesticides license. They have, I'm not going to read that part. They only apply pesticide using integrated pest management and rarely apply any. The division also contracts with True Green for services of fertilizer, pesticides on few properties, with some receiving organic applications. Only licensed pesticide applicators apply pesticides for the department. So, again, they're not getting the summer seasonal kid say, hey, we got a bunch of weeds over on Buck Island Road, take this jug and get rid of it. It's only the licensed applicators who know how to properly apply it are using it on town properties, so, which is good to know. So.
Okay. You also were notified today about the town of Bourne.
Yep. So the last thing we have, I might train this over to Riley, but Riley brought to my attention today today or last week, Bourne Board of Health regulation prohibiting the manufacturing, sale, and distribution of synthetically derived cannabinoids and kratom. Is that how you say it? Kratom. It's an over-the-counter thing. You get it at gas stations and grocery stores. It looks like the 5-hour energy drink. They're highly addictive. I'm not, like, literally, we just got this at 2 o'clock today. I'm not huge on this, but they just put a ban on it in Bourne, and I know some other towns are going along with a ban. Have you ever heard of this stuff called kratom?
Yeah, this was from it's from Southeast Asia, from some plant that grows there, and it's low doses. It's a stimulant. At high doses, it's more like an opioid. A lot of side effects, including withdrawal. So it's something I think the board should look into. Maybe we can take a look at what Bourne has done already.
Yep.
I think with the synthetic, but I don't think we said anything about plant-based when we did our policy the last time.
Yeah, we'll have to look at it. And oddly enough, I've never heard of this, and we got a call from a parent last week asking or telling us that her son has been addicted to this for about 6 months, is in rehab, his health has gone completely downhill, and she was wanting to know what we do about it. And I kind of was like, I don't know, and did a little bit of research, and then that was, Thursday she called? So, and I was off that class Friday, so, and then this came up today from Bourne, so I definitely find it should be brought to front of the board's attention to maybe follow Bourne's footsteps, and we can look into putting a regulation together for it. This is just discussion tonight, but it's, from what I know, it's not good stuff, so.
Yeah, so we'll put it on the agenda. If you can come up with some copies of other towns that have already done it, it would save us a lot of time if we decide to move on it.
Yeah.
Barry, do you know if it's on the shelves here in Yarmouth now?
Yes, and you can go to any gas station, like when you're checking out, you see those little 5-hour, it's probably even at Ocean State Job Lot, it's at the checkout line, hey, boost of energy, take this, all natural, plant-based, which means nothing.
I see.
And then people take it, and a little is a little, but then they need more and more and more, and costing people thousands and thousands of dollars. So we'll definitely put on the agenda for next time.
I just have one comment, just as a member of the board. I'm not speaking for the board, and there was another surprising announcement by the Health and Human Resources Secretary Kennedy announcing that there's a connection between circumcision and autism.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yes.
medical community was not aware of that connection, and does it really exist? There really doesn't seem to be any studies that are supporting that. So just speak to people who are listening, that if you have a child who's on the spectrum, who has autism, and the child was circumcised, and you're concerned about that, you should speak to the health provider that you use to learn a little bit more about it, for sure. It's disturbing to hear. And also for future parents, to make a wise decision about circumcision, and are there any risks for autism or not? So that's just a suggestion from a member of the Board of Health.
Thank you.
Anything else for new or old business?
I'm good.
Every day's an adventure.
Mary, anything? I'll take that as a no. Okay. Just that one, number 10 at the end of your,
Make a motion, we adjourn.
When's our next meeting again? December 1st.
yeah,
All right.
next month. So is there a second for that motion?
Second.
Second. All in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.